Meg joins us with sports now and talk about a quick turnaround for the Eskimos this week. They just played Saturday in Vancouver and they're back at it Thursday night in Montreal.
Yeah, there is not a lot of time for them to lick their wounds following their second straight loss to the Lions on Saturday. 1-3 on the season are the Eskimos, so too are the Owls, who have dropped 3 straight, including last week's collapse in Calgary. But that means nothing to Eskimos head coach Kavis Reed.
People are talking about the fact that they lost a 24-point lead. It took a lot to get a 24-point lead, and that's where I'm looking at it. So we have to be smart not to allow them to jump out on us, because we're not built to be able to come back right now.
The third quarter has been costly to the Eskimos this season. In all 3 losses, they've given up a pair of touchdowns in the third quarter alone, something the players say has to change.
Especially in the last game, it would have been important because the game was tied, and so for us to be able to go down, at least get a field goal and take the lead, would have set a different tempo for that second half. Instead, we ended up punting, they come down and score, and now they've set that tempo and have the momentum for the second half.
Yeah, we got to find a way to do better and coming out of halftime there. So yeah, I think that's on our minds, and hopefully we won't let that happen again.
As for that quick turnaround, coach says, sure, it's tough, but hey, that's the schedule. Besides, Montreal isn't much better off.
We can't ask our players to do things new. Simply, we don't have the time to adjust to that. The good thing is that Montreal had a similar schedule. They were out here having to travel back, so in terms of people being on equal rest and sleep, it is about equal that way.
They're kind of taking it easy on the bodies, more mental preparation, so it is quick, though. It's something I definitely have to get used to, but it's been all right so far, so we're making it work.
The Eskimos and Alouettes kick off Week 5 in Montreal on Thursday, a 5:30 start. Major League Baseball made a huge statement yesterday by suspending 2011 National League MVP and Milwaukee Brewers outfielder Ryan Braun for the remainder of the season for using performance-enhancing drugs. Proof the MLB is serious about cleaning up the game.
In my opinion, if they really want it out and they want to put pressure on the players, they make it a lifetime ban. And that's the only way that's going to really scare a player not to do, any more of the PEDs.
Who knows? That might do it. Meanwhile, closer to home, Edmonton Prospects head coach Jeff Loney was surprised by the news.
Everything's in place now in the major leagues to where it's all black and white. There's no gray area anymore. You can look down on a piece of paper and see what you can and cannot take, and you got guys that are risking basically $8 million salaries in Ryan Braun, for a little bit of an edge.
It's kind of disappointing to keep seeing these big stars have great seasons and then come out and get caught using steroids and illegal substances.
According to one Sports Illustrated writer, the league's case against New York Yankees third baseman Alex Rodriguez is thought to be even stronger than what officials had against Ryan Braun. We'll check out some Major League action. The Blue Jays took a beating last night at the hands of the Dodgers. Round 2 goes tonight. We'll start with the bottom 5th. The Jays actually up in this one. They're leading 4-2. Jose Bautista takes it deep for the solo home run. Toronto up 5-2. Now bottom 6th, Blue Jays up 6-3. Jose Reyes hits to right field, and this one is long. He banked the 2-run homer. Top of the 7th, Jays leading by 4, bases loaded with 1 out. Mark Ellis singles to left field, and 2 Dodgers score. Los Angeles now within 2. The Jays end the inning 8-6.
Hard into center field. No doubt about it. A 3-run.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker. Toronto gives up the lead in the 8th, and they lose 10-9. Over to the Padres and Brewers, obviously without Ryan Braun. Tyson Ross hits the opposing pitcher in the first inning right in his throwing hand. His last name is Hand, so this could be confusing. Hand would stay in the game. This is the first batter Donovan Hand faces in the 4th. Will Venable with a home run to deep right field. Padres take a 2-1 lead, and they go on to win 6-2. The Boston Red Sox are close on a deal with all-star second baseman Dustin Pedroia. The deal would keep him in Boston through 2021, and it's worth $100 million. There he is right there, a very rich man facing the Rays. Top of the 2nd, no score, first pitch, and Will Myers gets a solo off John Lester. 1-zip Rays after Myers' 5th of the year. Bottom 3rd, tied at 1. Pedroia on first, and he goes for second, and Jose Molina makes the throw, but Yellow Escobar can't hold on. It's 2-1 Red Sox. We'll skip ahead to the 8th. Same score, 2 on, 2 out. Jose Iglesias singles, Johnny Gomes scores, then Stephen Drew scores. It's a come apart for the Rays. Red Sox win 6-2. Over at the local ball diamond, the Edmonton Prospects hosting the Medicine Hat Mavericks. Prospects couldn't score a run. Mavericks win 8-zip. The third oldest tournament in professional golf tees off this week at Glen Abbey outside Oakville, Ontario. It's the 104th edition of the Canadian Open, where all eyes will be on our top Canadian contingents, David Hearn and Graham Dillette. Hearn lost the John Deere Classic in a playoff just 2 weeks ago, while Dillette has been in the final grouping twice this year and got his first taste of a major at last week's British Open.
Even though I didn't play well last week, I'm still playing with a lot of confidence. I'm hitting the ball well. It's nice to, hit down through the ball and take divots and see balls stop when, where you expect them to. So, all I can do is try to play 4 good rounds of golf.
But history is not on their side. The last Canadian to win the event was Pat Fletcher back in 1954. Mike Weir was close in 2004, eventually losing in a playoff to Vijay Singh. But Hearn and Dillette are confident they have the game to put an end to that 50-year drought.
For a long time, I've felt that I've been that quality of player, and I'm sure Graham has as well. But now we're finally putting up some results to kind of back that up. So, it's nice to be in that position where, we feel like our game is at the level where we can compete just about at any week.
There are a total of 19 Canadians in the field, including Mike Weir. Other big names include Ernie Els, Graham McDowell, Luke Donald, and Jim Furyk. And the New Jersey Devils made it official today, signing 41-year-old forward Jaromir Jagr to a 1-year deal worth $2 million. Jagr is expected to make up for some of the scoring loss that Ilya Kovalchuk's recent retirement from the NHL caused. Jagr says he wanted to play for a team that would give him good opportunity for ice time.
Poor guy, he had to settle for $2 million while that baseball player signed for $100 million.
$100 million, yeah. Think of all the things you could do with $100 million.
Well, that's just mind-boggling.
It is.
How do you even think of that? All right, well, we should have been baseball players, I guess.
We really should have.